Hey everybody, I'm back again. Now, as promised, I did say if you watched the spoilers video, in that video I did say that I would make another video explaining the universe of Wakfu, since they don't really go onto it. They don't really go into it. For you to actually understand the universe of Wakfu, you would have to actually look it up yourself. But it's actually pretty simple. The universe in Wakfu is pretty much called the Krozmos. So instead of the cosmos, it's the Krozmos, which is Kromos. And basically, like our universe, there was nothing there. The only difference was I don't think there was a Big Bang. And in the universe, there was a goddess and a god. And pretty much the goddess was a human, while the god was a dragon. The goddess is basically good. The goddess is basically, you know, God. The dragon is basically the devil. The only difference is the dragon is an evil. That's just the job he was assigned. They both eventually met because they were the only beings in the cosmos, well, in the Krozmos. And in the beginning, they did argue, but they eventually made up and they fell in love with each other, and they basically, you know, they had galactic sex pretty much. And they gave birth to an egg. That's right, they gave birth to an egg. The goddess gave birth to an egg because the goddess is Yugos people's god. And as you know, Yugos people is half human, half dragon. So they gave birth to an egg, which when the egg hatched, it gave birth to a egg-sized universe, which was basically, if you were to look at the universe in the Wakfu world, there's the main universe, which is the big universe, and then there's this universe inside of said universe, which is like the size of an egg, but you know, a giant egg, pretty much. Basically, I don't remember her name. But I don't remember both of their names actually. But basically, Yugo's god was the goddess. So all of Yugo's people look like the goddess, but you know, if they were female. And the dragon was in charge of, you know, the dragons. All the dragons look like, well, all the dragons come from the main dragon, the big dragon himself. But his job was basically to watch the demon world, which, you know, hell basically. His job was to watch over hell, make sure nothing would happen. And because of this, Yugo's universe was basically peaceful. It was just his people. There were other planets in his universe, and eventually aliens basically visited, but they weren't aliens, they were just machine people, and they were friendly. They were friendly machine people. But if you've seen the series, you would know that Yugo's people and Yugo himself tell Kilby that he's the reason why, you know, their people are like trapped, why a lot of their people died and all that stuff. The reason because of this is Kilby feared the machine people. He didn't trust them. Even though they had nothing evil in them. There was no evil intent. They just basically came to visit, and they became friends with Yugo's people. Because keep in mind, Yugo was king at the time. And Kilby discovered this device that the machine people had, and he stole it. He stole the device. Kilby stole the device. Kilby stole the device. Nobody knew he stole it. He stole the device, and the machine people and Yugo's people started arguing like, "Oh, you stole it." "No, we didn't. We swear we didn't steal it." And basically, war broke out. War broke out between Yugo's people and the machine people. People were dying, and all that stuff. And basically, the machine people did something. I'm trying to remember what they did. They did something that was pretty much going to blow up Yugo's planet. And so what Yugo did, Yugo sacrificed himself. As we all know, he sacrificed himself to pretty much get rid of most of them. And then him and Adamai died pretty much. While Kilby did two things. Kilby was creating a spaceship from parts that the machine people had. He was creating a spaceship. But at the same time, he knew that the spaceship wasn't going to hold everybody. So he made another dimension. And he pushed those people into that other dimension. And they didn't want to. They didn't want to because they didn't want to go into that other dimension because they all eventually found out that Kilby was the one who stole the device because they actually see him fight with it in his hand. But he forced them into the dimension. He forced the children and he forced the little kids and everything into that dimension, as well as the big fat dragon into that dimension as well to keep watch over them. That is why when Yugo goes into that dimension, everybody there is a child because those are all little kids. They're not grown-ups. Those are all little kids. But time has passed that they have adult minds because of it. And then Kilby builds the spaceship. He pilots the ship. They get off the planet. The planet blows up. Using the device he stole, he sets the ship for hyperdrive pretty much. And they were going so fast and far that they ended up in the new universe. They ended up in the Wakfu universe pretty much. Then they crash landed on the World of 12. The World of 12 had already had their gods and all that stuff. While Yugos people, they didn't have gods. Only the World of 12 had gods. They had the 12 gods. Well, it would actually be more than 12 because there are actually other gods. But I think they were rejected. The World of 12 already had their gods. I don't think they didn't really mind Yugos people on the planet because they saw them as like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. And pretty much after they got on that planet, because Yugos people, I think Yugos people were the first people to appear on that planet. And then that's when like the other humanoid beings started appearing, like the Lops, the Cross, all that stuff. The gods were being formed and all that jazz. And then pretty much they settled down. Nobody knew. The people in the ship didn't know that Kilby was the cause of all this. But then out of nowhere, after years of like settling down, the machine people came back. The machine people tracked them down, and they pretty much said like, he's the one. This guy, we saw it on the videotapes because they did have cameras. He's the guy that stole our device. He's the one that caused everything. And so pretty much Kilby fought the machine people. He killed all the machine people. The machine people are non-existent now. They do not exist anymore because they're extinct. And Kilby killed them all. Yugo, with his last strength, because I don't think Yugo died at the time. I'm trying to remember because it was actually a very fast read. Yugo did seal Kilby away because I think he was born again. He sealed Kilby away using all his strength, and yet again, you know, he went into the egg with Adamai. And it pretty much all of Yugo's people died as well because of what Kilby did. And the only one left on the World of 12 was Yugo's egg and the dragon. I can't say his name because his name is very long. And then the rest you already know. Time went on. Yugo was asleep. Yugo fell asleep during 900 BC, I think, because there is actually like a timeline for this. Yugo was asleep for 900 years pretty much. And while he was asleep, Master Jorid, it was his movie pretty much. It was his show that was going on. And then after his show, that's when, you know, Yugo woke up and all that crap. And then the rest you already know, pretty much the show. There's even a Bible there is even a Bible for the Wakfu universe. The creators themselves went as far to create a Bible for Wakfu, which was weird. I was like, wow, they really went into a lot of detail with this stuff. It was actually a pretty good read. Well, not the Bible. I didn't read the Bible. That's too long. But the reading about the Krozmos and all that stuff, it was actually a pretty good read. It explains a lot as to what Kilby did, what happened to Yugos people and everything. So if you ever want to research that yourself, honestly, all you would have to do is just type it in. You would just have to type it in on Google, type in whatever, and pretty much look for the wiki, because there's nowhere else to read about it except for the wiki. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The goddess is pretty much God. The dragon is pretty much the devil. His job is to keep watch over the Rushu and all that stuff. There was one point where the Rushu did break through, and I think the god sacrificed himself, if I remember. No. The god created a barrier separating the Rushu from the Rushu world to the physical world, hence causing him never to see his girl again. And I think he went crazy because of it. I don't know. It's a whole bunch of stuff, and I don't remember much of it. I do remember the machines and everything, the war between Yugo and the machine people and all that stuff. But it's a pretty good read if you want to know more about the Wakfu universe and how everything has come to pass up to this point. Go ahead and find it and read it yourself, because I don't remember how I found it. I just found it, I guess, by complete mistake. I think I found it by looking up the world of 12 gods to see what the gods actually looked like. And a lot of the gods, excluding the Lop god, 'cause if you look up the Lop god, it shows Tristapan's original form. It shows how Tristapan looked when he was the Lop god, which him and the Panda god look the most normal. All the other gods look evil as hell. Even though they're good. All the other gods are good, but all the other gods look evil as hell. So it's really weird. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be like I said last time, every time I'm about to go live every time I'm about to go stream, I will always upload a video saying hey, I'm streaming, come join if you want to. So I'll see you all later in the day when I stream something. So until then, have a great day, and so long. Bye bye.